hi everybody. Good Tuesday morning to meteorologist Travis Kleneski here. We have showers and isolated thunderstorms across southern Nebraska and northern Kansas this morning. This is non-severe weather. The chance of severe weather not very great this morning. We'll keep an eye on this as it pushes eastward. Some models kind of have this diminish through the morning hours as it does roll eastward. A few models actually have some new thunderstorms that might try to develop here later on during the afternoon hours over southeastern areas. Kind of point to those areas in just a little bit here. You see not much showing up on Futurecast here, but a few models kind of hint at maybe some isolated activity right in here. So can't be completely ruled out. I'm not saying it's a great chance by any means, but I can't just ignore it completely, even though this model does. Otherwise, I think we'll actually see increasing amounts of sun for most locations this afternoon compared to this morning. Clouds are going to be clearing out through the day today. The other thing of note, here, I'll delete this line real quick here, and I'm going to back it up a little bit. This morning, there is a frontal boundary. See if I can draw it. Oh, it's not going to let me draw that in here, so I'm going to go back here and there. Now I should be able to draw it in. There's a frontal boundary about right here this morning. That front's going to advance southeastward. It is a cold front, although you don't want to, there's not a lot of cold air with it. More or less, it's a divider between humid air or muggy air out ahead of it in the southeast, and much drier air to the northwest. So it's cool and dry to the northwest, warm and muggy to the southeast. It's going to be advancing southeastward as the day goes on. So by the latter portions of the day, it's going to be in the far southeast parts of the area here. Basically, it's going to be somewhere down here. So drier air is going to fill into the area today. That said, it's still going to be warm today, actually. So like I said, there's not a lot of cold air with this front. It's more of a dry line than anything, bringing in dry air. So it won't be as humid later on today. And that will actually lead to a quiet night tonight and cooler temperatures overnight. Look for mostly clear skies overnight, kind of one of the quieter days of our forecast, quieter nights of our forecast, to be honest with you. But as quickly as that colder air, that cool front, pushes southward tonight, it's going to start to build back north as a warm front tomorrow. That front will be right about here tomorrow morning, and it's going to move northward during the day tomorrow. And you can kind of tell where it'll be. One, you got to look at the winds, but two, watch the clouds. There will be a few clouds associated with it. So by the end of the afternoon, it'll be situated about right there. Meanwhile, there's going to be an area of low pressure kind of in this area right here, and kind of a dry line / cold front right here. And in the sector right ahead of that there, we are going to be looking at developing showers and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon over western parts of the Local 4 viewing area. Now initially, your biggest threat could be large hail, perhaps isolated tornadoes, especially watching southwest Nebraska. Some possible strong wind gusts are also a possibility. There's going to be a pretty breezy north or south-southeast wind during the day tomorrow. At 10 to 20 miles per hour. That could be drawing in that warm, muggy air into the system here. And then everything kind of turns towards a complex of showers and storms as everything kind of merges Wednesday evening and pushes eastward Wednesday night. Will this be one line of storms? Could it be multiple lines of storms? That's kind of the big question, kind of uncertain right now. But with line or lines of storms making their way through, we could be looking at a bigger wind gust threat during the evening and overnight hours. And this could take its time. It could be a little sooner, like 9 o'clock there. It may hold off and slow down a little bit here, and it could be later in the night here. After dark, well after you go to bed for some of you here. But this pushes eastward. Severe weather is going to be a big threat overnight with damage and wind gusts your primary threat. The other thing that we could see here is potentially some heavy rainfall out of these thunderstorms. So localized flooding is not out of the question. Some of this will continue into the late night hours. Again, we may get more rounds late night. By Thursday morning, not a lot of severe weather left, but still maybe some lingering showers and thunderstorms early into Thursday morning, but should quickly push out of here. Behind this system, we'll be looking at northwesterly winds kind of pushing through here, and that'll draw in some cooler air for your day on Thursday. Well, let's look back to today first. Again, I mentioned that small chance, if you remember a few minutes ago, I mentioned that small chance of severe weather this afternoon in the southeast. It's not a great chance, but there is a chance there. So the Storm Prediction Center, they have put out a marginal risk of severe storms for now southeast of the Tri-Cities. Damage and wind gusts and large hail look to be your primary threats if they were able to develop. Again, it's not a great chance, but can't be completely ruled out either. So that's why we have that low end 1 out of 5 risk for severe thunderstorms. But tomorrow into tomorrow night, a much broader, widespread, a more widespread threat of severe thunderstorms. All of us are under at least a level 2 out of 5 slight risk of severe weather. That's the yellow shade. But then you see that enhanced risk. That's a level 3 out of 5 risk for severe thunderstorms that encompasses a large portion of the local 4 viewing area. And that's basically once those storms merge into a complex or a cluster of storms that pushes eastward or east-southeastward across the area. Now, this could still be adjusted. The next update will come out around 12:30 today. And we'll see if that changes at all, and then there will be multiple updates during the day tomorrow. So we're still a little bit away from this yet, but again, here are the threats. Again, initially out west, large hail threat, maybe some isolated tornadoes. Then we're looking at the threat of some wind overnight. Damage and wind gusts, 75 miles per hour, not out of the question. That's enough to do a lot of damage. So have ways of getting warnings, especially during the nighttime hours when you are sleeping. Multiple ways of getting warnings, whether it be the Local 4 weather app, NOAA All Hazards Weather Radio. You want to have multiple ways of getting warnings to you. Real quick, highs today, temperatures topping out upper 70s and lower 80s. Tonight dropping back in the 50s, a cooler night ahead of us. And then tomorrow, we'll be looking at highs back into the 70s and 80s. Then we see a cooling trend ahead of us as we look at the 7-day forecast here. Cooler weather for the end of the week. Thursday, as the moisture moves out of here, we're looking at a cool, breezy day. A quiet day on Friday with highs only in the 60s, mostly sunny skies. Then chances of rain returns. On Saturday, kind of a lower end chance of rain and thunderstorms. Chances increase Sunday and more so Sunday night. The second half of the Memorial Day weekend, if you look at it as a 3-day weekend, it's the second half of the weekend that looks like a lot of wet weather and cool weather ahead of us here during that time frame, and more flooding concerns could be possibilities. So again, Wednesday night flooding concern plus the severe weather, and more flooding could be possible Sunday night into Monday, and potentially Monday night and even into Tuesday of next week. Well, I have to go, so I have to wrap it up here. I want to thank you all for watching. Tune in again tomorrow. I'll have more details on the severe weather threat for Wednesday night. Until then, take care and enjoy your Tuesday. God bless. Bye.